1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la.
Good morning, guys.
Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la.
Hey guys, I'm James Hake of the Hake Report, and it is the 4th hour of the Jesse Lee Peterson show stream. Thank you, Jesse, for allowing me to be here on the 4th hour of your video streams and audio live on jlptalk.com. jlptalk.com is the website for the Jesse Lee Peterson show. You can find all the links to find his streams. And it's Monday, July 22nd, 2019, 9 a.m. Pacific time. I'm here every 4th hour of Jesse's show, Monday through Friday. And then also, I was live yesterday on my own channels, the Hake Report channels. Sunday, 9 a.m. Pacific time, before church with Jesse Lee Peterson, which was excellent. As I mentioned in my news reports at the top of one of the hours here today on Jesse's show, it was about Jesse urged people to be aware and realize that you can get brainwashed and not know it. Because if you get into people, you don't keep a space between yourself and others, you fall for stuff easy. By the way, my podcasts and videos and stuff and write-ups are on thehakereport.com. I do include the news, Hake News write-ups on there too. In case you hear something you missed, you can check it out there. Jesse's guest yesterday, and I will get to calls, 888-775-3773, 888-775-3773. Thank you guys for calling in. I will get to you soon. But Jesse's guest today, Dr. Michael Brown, said something very interesting to me that I really agree with. He said something that Trump thinks, that he believes that Trump thinks. He said that in President Trump's eyes, Donald Trump, those who like him are good people, and those who don't like him are bad people. And that's how I see it too, basically. And there's a lot of us Trump fans who are kind of evil, but we're trying, maybe. And we can recognize a good man, I think. Also, Jesse Lee Peterson's latest WorldNet Daily article, Love White People or Get Out of My Country, something like that. He points out that Ilhan Omar wanted to be the president's nightmare. She promised she would be that because Trump's policies are a nightmare to her and her constituents, you know, the idiots who voted for her. Sorry to be so mean about it, but it's true. But she wants to be a nightmare for America, really, because Trump is America. Trump is like, I don't think there's anybody more American than Trump. He's successful, he's bold, he's that old school American man that the Europeans, including the British, snobby British, think of as braggadocious and stuff like that. When in reality, he's just a great self-promoter. He knows how to win. So I just think that nobody loves America and Americans more than Trump. So if you're against him, you want to be his nightmare, you are anti-American. You hate America. That's how I see it. She doesn't have to say, I hate America. Idiot intellectual liberals, like in the Washington Post. Yeah, I read some of these articles sometimes. You're welcome. It's a pain, but I do it a little bit. And these people are so dumb. They're like, she never said she hates America. And they just criticize him for his policies on climate change, which is an anti-American hysterical thing, conspiracy theory, this climate change stuff. Man-made, catastrophic climate change, therefore we need globalist socialism. This climate change policy is anti-American policy. And then the other thing that they criticize him for is immigration. So-called immigration, really illegal aliens, letting them run rampant into our country and not detaining them or anything. They want that. That's another anti-American policy that they're criticizing him on. Meanwhile, Washington Post tries to draw a false equivalency between Trump criticizing past presidents and them criticizing Trump. But Trump has criticized Democrats and Republicans, by the way. over their anti-American policies. He even criticized the Iraq War before it was cool to do it. Well, maybe it was always cool, but a lot of us supported the Iraq War, thinking that George W. Bush and the intelligence community and the media and all them that were saying that there are world WMDs in Iraq were telling the truth. And who knows, maybe it was. But regardless, Trump was against it. You know, he was kind of like, oh, okay, I guess we need to. And then he turned against it. And so he never really liked that. And he was always been independent thinking. That's American. And given this situation with Iran, you know, people accuse Trump of wanting to go to war with Iran. I don't know if he does or not. If he does, he's certainly slow about it, right? But given this situation with 17 CIA spies, according to Iran, being captured by Iran, American spies, some of them sentenced to death, and then with them storming that British boat over the weekend, the Iranians, Persians, they stormed a British boat that, and, you know, took it, hijacked it. I don't know if hijack is the right word. But I feel very confident in this situation because Trump is president. Trump doesn't rush into things, especially wars. He's pretty independent-minded. He does listen to his advisors. Some of them I know a lot of you guys aren't fans of, and I don't blame you. But Trump is an independent-minded person, and he's the man for the job, and it's a tough job, I guess. I want to talk about the attacks on white men, and I guess the ways that they kind of deserve it too. We deserve it. But I want to get to some callers. By the way, I just want to mention up front, this will be my fourth day, day 4. I started Thursday, Friday, skipped Saturday, Sunday, and Monday now, of not talking about black people. I was given a happy birthday greeting by one of the haters. He hate watches, I guess. I'm speculating. I'm putting words in his mouth. But this man has called my show. I think he's from Chicago area. Could be wrong. But this black guy called me, said, when are you going to come out of the closet as a racist? And I don't remember what I said, but he said, go a week. He's all, go a week without talking about black people. And he said that he'll donate to my channel. So I'm going a week without talking about black people. It is White History Month, so I might as well, right? Jesse can deal with the blacks. And Joel, they do a fine job at it. They don't need me. I know white people. There are some really tough white people, and then there's a lot of weak ones. And some of the tough ones are actually surprisingly weak in certain ways. So we got to deal with it. Anyways, the week will be over. I believe this is day 4, right? I'm going to go 7 days. And so 5 is tomorrow, 6 is Wednesday, 7 is Thursday. I'll be able to talk about black people again on Friday. Get it off your chest Friday. Anyways, Jonathan, first-time caller out of Chicago. How are you doing?
Good, thank you.
Ouch.
Well, I was calling in. Off air, I'll let you know what I was thinking. Okay. I agree with a lot of things that Jesse says. Yeah. Yes, there is alpha males and beta males. I consider myself an alpha male, but right now I'm calling complaining, which makes me a beta male for complaining. So I think that Jesse is mostly a beta.
Really?
For complaining. This is all his show is about complaining. Just do something about it. Yes, I agree. Immigrants are just, it's very bad. I don't believe in racism. I don't think there's no such thing. But he keeps talking about it. Every day. It sounds to me like he's a beta. Would you agree with me?
No, not for that. Because because he's not complaining. What's he complaining about? Just give me an example of something that is a complaint.
Well, he's complaining about that immigrants come here and take the jobs. Okay. Yeah. Isn't that complaining? Every day he mentions that.
Yeah. But
is that complaining?
I don't know. I think he's saying it, one, to wake up people, because people sometimes you have to spell it out for people.
I agree that he should, but he should say, get up and work. Get up and go to work. Don't don't say, oh, people are taking their jobs. Nobody's taking nobody's jobs, man.
That's not true.
If you don't work,
no, they are taking jobs.
That's what's going to happen, you know?
That's true. You got to fight for yourself. If you're, you know, like what Jesse says, children of God do not really suffer in these hard times because they have set their lives up in a proper way. They may be hurt a little, but they are kind of protected. They've taken steps to be kind of set in life. Like President Trump, he was totally set in terms of money. So he didn't need anybody's money. They tried to, you know, attack his businesses. He didn't care. He just stood on the truth, at least this time, you know, 2015, 2016, all the way up to today.
I agree
prior,
with that. I mean, I support Donald Trump.
Prior, he would back down over that.
Even though I mean, I really, sometimes I don't agree with some stuff that he does, but even though I still got to support him because he's my president.
Yeah.
And I love America. Nice. But that's another thing. That's another thing that I don't agree when they say make America great again.
Why not?
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree with it. What don't you agree with?
Do you want to see America great again?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you agree that Mexico is America too?
No, when they say America, they mean the United States. That's what that's.
No. But do you? Okay, so I'm asking you again. Do you want to see America great again?
Yeah.
Okay, is Mexico part of America?
No, but I would love to see Mexico great again,
okay,
too.
hold on. No, you see? Now, that's what I'm asking you.
Huh?
But that's the truth, right? You see? If you say that Mexico is not America, you are lying, and you know you're lying, right? Because Mexico, it is part of America.
No, it's
right?
not. No, man. You're confusing that with you're confusing the continent with the country. Mexico is not America.
Okay. But I'm asking you again, you see, is there any country in Africa, a country in Africa that is called Africa?
No,
or a country in Europe
South Africa,
that is called Europe?
Stuff like that.
Or in Asia that is called Asia?
Uh-huh.
There is no such thing. Only United States thinks...
What makes you think that this is... Hold on, Jonathan. What makes you think that this is a good point? This is like kind of silly... semantic thing.
Because, I mean, if you want to see America great again, then you got to support the whole continent.
No, America is the country.
Say, make United States great again.
No. America is the United States. Canada is not America. Mexico is not America. Those are both in North America, but that's not America.
But that's America. Where does it say that this is America? This is the United States.
Are you an English as a second language person?
Yes, I am.
See, this is why somebody told you wrong. Because that's not what America is. America is the United States.
So you tell me, it's like, let's say, how would you call the people from the United States? Like Mexico, Mexicans, right?
Yep.
Whatever. China, Chinese people. So from the United States, what do you call them?
You're getting hung up on a dumb point, man. Americans.
No, because that's
you wouldn't call them United Statesians. It's United States of America. It's United States of America.
United States. We should just call it
No. The United States is not the whole name of the country. The whole name of the country is United States of America. Therefore, they're Americans.
Do you know what the name?
This is dumb,
Mexico?
man.
It's the same thing.
This is so dumb. You're being
United States of Mexico of America. It's the same thing.
I have to admit, you're being a beta right now. Because why? You know why?
I am being a beta. I am. You too. Yes, I admit it. For complaining, I am.
You're acting white because this is a dumb point. You're acting like an intellectual. It's a dumb point, man. You have anything else? Let's move on, real quick.
No, that was all. I wanted to talk to Jesse more, but that's it. Thank you.
Right on, man.
Thank you.
All right, take care, Jonathan. Thank you for the call. Interesting, man. Anyways, okay, Thomas, first-time caller out of South Carolina. Thomas,
hey,
how are you?
Good afternoon. This is Thomas. How are you today? Happy White History Month.
Thank you. It's morning here, but good afternoon to you over in South Carolina. Say that again?
I'm sorry?
I said it's morning here, but good afternoon in South Carolina.
Oh, yeah.
That's
nice. It's 12:16 here on the East Coast.
Right on.
But good morning. I'm glad to be on the show here briefly, and I wanted to make a few points. I missed the show this morning with Jesse Lee Peterson, and I want to tell you how much people out here, we appreciate it. We appreciate you. And also, I want to say a thumbs up to your call screener. Very professional and polite. Those guys are actually kind of the unsung heroes of radio.
Yeah.
You know,
it definitely helps.
They do such a good job, and I tell you what, really enjoy watching Jesse Lee Peterson as well as you, and I see things getting better every day. These folks that are trashing our president and bashing our president, it's not going to succeed.
Yeah.
He's the right man for the job. And I wanted to just comment yesterday morning on CBS, the Face the Nation show.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys did you talk about that at all on Jesse Lee Peterson's show? Do you know?
No, I don't think so. Not that I know of.
They interviewed Liz Cheney.
Okay.
And I tell you, this thing is really worth looking at.
That's the wife That's the wife of the former vice president. That's the wife of the former vice president Dick Cheney, WVP.
I think she's a daughter or something. Maybe she's a congressperson from Wyoming or Oregon or somewhere.
Oh.
I'm sure she's related, but this Margaret that runs this show, very liberal show, they started in on her and about what the president was doing this and the president was doing that, and they commented about, well, France is not supporting what we're doing, and Germany's not supporting it, and the UK. And she basically said, paraphrasing, hey, they don't run the United States of America. We do. The voters do. Congress does. The president does. And I'm going to tell you, this thing is, she really shut that program down. Normally they talk over you.
Right.
They will never allow you to get a word in edgewise when they're spewing this liberal stuff.
Right.
But Liz Cheney, there's some good sound bites in there.
Okay,
and
thank
you. She did such a great job talking about the president. And if you look at this, the lady that's interviewing her, she just froze up, So it was well worth seeing. And Liz Cheney did a yeoman's task yesterday. Thumbs up to her.
Right on.
So
man.
that's really what I wanted to call people's attention to. I appreciate the message you guys send, and the great way you do it, and because we can overcome this. America's better than this. The United States. That guy that just got off of here, I think I actually got behind him the other day on the highway. He was out arguing with a stop sign, so I'm not sure if it wasn't him. It may have been somebody kin to him or something, but. Hey, guys, I'm not going to take a lot of your time. I appreciate you.
Cool.
You're doing great work, and thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Thomas. Very nice call. I appreciate the tip as well.
Have a good one.
All right, take care. Yeah, he was totally right. She has no relation that I know of to Dick Cheney. She's a 52-year-old woman married to Philip Perry. I don't know why they don't have the same last name. Feminist stuff, maybe. But anyways, U.S. representative from Wyoming. Cool. Let's go to Tyler, first-time caller out of New York. Tyler, how are you?
I'm doing amazing. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Are you a white man or a black man?
Yeah, I'm a white man.
Nice.
Happy White History Month.
Thank you. Happy White History Month to you as well.
I wanted to ask you about the JQ, the Jewish question.
Mm-hmm.
I want to ask, what's your opinion on that?
I think that they make a valid point that there's a whole lot of evil people among Jewish people, but they get kind of hung up on it. And then when Jesse tells them don't hate, they think that he's shilling. So I think that they have a lot of truth to it, right? But I think that there's also a lot of lies to it because I think they get angry about it. I know they do. And then they aren't as much about the truth as they think that they are, because I know this for a fact because they will make up speculations about people that I know is not true. Like about Jesse, I've heard them just make up wild lies about Jesse. Many of them, most of them. And I've also seen it about them just make up stuff about me too. And so that's where they go wrong, is when they get mad about it. Then once you're mad, like what Jesse says about the blacks being mad, they believe lies and they turn dumb. And when Jesse says you can't blame, you have to, evil people are doing their job. Their job is to do evil. Good people is to do good. not to complain or whine or blame. And there's a difference between what Jesse does with telling the truth about blacks or whoever else, Muslims, all that stuff, and what they do, which they're so-called telling the truth about Jews, but they're not doing it to help the Jews. Jesse's doing it to help the blacks, to help the Muslims, whatever, because those people call into his show. But they're calling out the evil of the Jews, but they're not looking at themselves. And they're not doing it to help the Jews. They're doing it because they hate them. And they don't realize that they hate them, too. They think, oh, there's just a liberal line to say you hate. But when it comes down to it, they really do hate them. So those are my thoughts on that.
Yeah, I agree with you there a lot. But, like, say when I watch, like, on YouTube, I either watch the Jesse Lee Peterson show or I watch Owen Benjamin. I saw you guys had him at the men's conference.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you're familiar with a lot of his views. Like, I understand he always comes out and says that he doesn't hate them, but a lot of things that he says about them are very true about controlling Hollywood, like owning all of
How do you know
the
that,
pharmaceutical companies and
but
OxyContin. And
I think he does hate them. I think he hates everybody because he still has anger in his heart. He admitted that. You know, and if you have any anger or hatred, you hate everybody. And he has a better sense of humor about it than a lot of them. And he loves Jesse, and I love that about him. So maybe he's kind of getting onto the right track, but maybe he claims not to hate them, but according to reality, if you have hatred in your heart, you don't have any love for anybody. So it's the same thing, too, to be honest, with all conservatives. If they hate the media, you know, a lot of conservatives hate the media, right? Or the Democrats or Obama or whatever. They're no better than the Jew haters that they look down on. Because a lot of conservatives look down on the alt-right for hating the Jews, but they know better either because they're hating the media or whoever else. And so nobody has really any room to judge. You know what I mean? And the point is, Jesse makes a great point. I'm reiterating it. Evil is doing its job when we're good people do our job. Well, supposedly good people. We're evil people too. And as long as we're evil, we're helping the people that are so evil. We're on their side and don't even know it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I notice a lot because of where I work. I mean, it's kind of like a ghetto. I work for Medicaid transport, basically. And I do notice that a lot of the blacks I work with, they're very nice people, and they also have this hatred towards Jews.
I know that's true. Yeah, I've seen it. And it's a mistake. But I'm not talking about black people right now. I'm not talking about black people.
Blacks share in common.
What's that?
I feel like
going
that
a week
is
without talking
something that
about
the
blacks.
whites and blacks do share in common.
Yeah, and that's a shame because that just means that they're siblings in Satan. You know, they're fellow children of Satan, along with the people that they're hating. Does that make sense?
It does make a lot of sense. I definitely appreciate what you guys do. I love you and Jesse's work, absolutely. Yeah. I hope I get to meet you guys someday, but I'm all the way on the other side of the country.
Yeah, people come from all over. If you ever get like a week off of work, you should come on out here. Maybe you could plan it for men's conference next year, or you know, we have our 30th anniversary coming up. Bond's for 30th anniversary coming up in I guess February will be the official anniversary. I don't know when the event will be, but anyways, like we have events, and it would be great to have you out here.
Absolutely. And one last question. Today is my birthday. I tried calling in earlier. It's okay. Do you have a birthday song for me?
I think that I can get Joel to play it, and I think I'll need Joel to duet with me. Tyler from New York, this song is for you. Birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Tyler, happy birthday.
All right. Thank you. And before I go, can I get a lesbian?
Lesbians. Right on, man. Appreciate the question.
Man. And I don't want to keep you long. I want to tie up all the other callers, but God bless and have a good day.
All right. You too, man. Take care. Be careful in New York, too. All right. Bye. Let's see. John out of Chicago, Illinois. John, how are you?
What's going on, James? How you doing, buddy?
Not much. I'm doing fine. Thank you.
Okay, I'm just calling to respond to that guy whose name is Jonathan from Chicago. He's completely out of his mind and wrong.
Yeah, he's
just wrong.
Yeah.
We have what's called here residential and commercial construction in the Carpenters local. Commercial. So what happened was, with all this low-wage workers, residential is gone. Building houses that all used to be union, guys getting paid $40-some an hour with full health insurance for their families, retirement, all that stuff. Now it's completely gone. It's all low-wage workers, 25 pesos an hour, no retirement, no health insurance. It's an absolute lie. Thousands and thousands of guys could be banging out houses, making good money, providing for their family. But now, and you see it, roofing, carpentry, you see it all over. Thousands and thousands of jobs gone.
Wow.
So that's just totally wrong. I don't know how he could say that. And, I get it. He's in the fallen state, but it's just such a lie.
Yeah.
Outright lie.
No, I'm glad that you brought that out because he was wrong that nobody's jobs are being taken. He was so off with that. It's crazy. But
yeah,
he seems
and,
nice. He's probably right about other stuff.
Part, man. We're trying to get it back because these guys deserve it. They're working hard. I don't know why they degrade themselves and go out there and work for 20-something pesos an hour when they could be making good money to provide for their families. They don't deserve that. And, the only reason they've been lied to by these Democrats, and they're just giving them the low wage, and they take it because they're scared. They want to keep their head down. Trump was going to give $1 million or whatever it was to these people amnesty. Democrats don't want to work with them. These guys could be making real money. We get this back in the union. Yeah, there's probably some corruption up at the top, but you know what? The guys that are in it, it's a good living, and we can provide for our families. So I don't look at all the, whatever it's called, I don't know about all that. All I know is that it puts a good roof over my family's head, the health insurance too. I mean, can you imagine Blue Cross Blue Shield, PPO, for the whole family? You could have 20 kids.
Stay close to your phone, John. John, stay close to your phone.
Okay, sorry. I just don't have much time, and that guy I couldn't believe he said that. That's
I'm glad you called in to correct the record. That's great, man. Appreciate it.
Absolutely, James. You have a great one, buddy.
All right, take care, man.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye. Jazmine, out of Nashville, Tennessee. How are you, Jazmine?
Hi, hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I was the caller that had just called at the end of Jesse's show for today.
Okay.
Introducing myself again. My name is Jazmine Murphy. I'm in Nashville. I'm about to move to D.C.
Wow, don't dox yourself, but yeah, thank you.
Yes. I'm the vice president of the NAACP as well as Pi Sigma Alpha political
Yeah, I remember you now. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, I had an issue. I'm transitioning from a Democrat to a Republican.
Okay.
Based on my morals, my virtues. I am pro-life, and I support the Second Amendment, and I want stricter immigration policies.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring up something that I saw on The Hill that was posted about 2 days ago.
Something on what that was posted 2 days ago? Something where?
On The Hill.
Oh, The Hill? That's a local paper or something?
Yes, the local paper in D.C.
Okay.
The representative Elijah Cummings made a statement. He said, none of us would have our children in that position. These are human beings.
Oh, you're talking about the illegals?
Yes.
Okay. The children in the cages?
Yeah.
I'm glad they're in cages, man. They should be back in Mexico or Central America. But anyways, go on.
Yeah, I had a question.
Okay.
I respect Representative Elijah Cummings' passion for the environmental conditions of the facility, yet I ponder on whether it is the United States' obligation to cuddle or rescue children whose parents brought them here illegally.
Right. Or sent them alone. And usually it's not even both parents. It's usually just one of them.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, we have no responsibility to coddle them. It should be uncomfortable. They're lawbreakers. They crossed illegally. That's why they're in over there. If they had, pleaded asylum, so-called, which is total abuse of the asylum system. We needed to close down the refugee system. But anyways, if they had waited in Mexico or the safe third country, because if they were honest refugees, they would just refugee to a neighboring country, not all the way up to America. But no, they want to take advantage of the weakness of everybody who is opposing Trump. Like, the immigration situation is worse than ever. And I'm kind of glad that it is, because it's waking people up to the national emergency that has been a national emergency for decades. So, but it's a mess. We don't have any obligation to them, no. But these fake people that pretend to be about human rights, the ACLU, Southern Poverty Law Center, so-called immigrant rights activists, all these people, they're children of the lie, as Jesse calls them. So no. Anything else, Jazmine?
Yes, I have one more thing.
All right.
I'm not sure if you know the Cherie Murray.
I recognize that name. Kind of.
Yeah, she's running against AOC for the New York representative. Senator.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she's a Jamaican Republican woman who decided to become a politician and run against Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Yeah, Jamaican woman.
Yeah.
Okay.
When she made her announcement that she was running against AOC, there was a lot of controversy.
Why?
Some people in the comments were suggesting that because she once supported Obama and AOC, that she's a fake Republican. I just wanted to bring up something that Ben Shapiro was saying. Whatever happened to choosing political parties based on civic ideologies? Nowadays it seems politics are becoming the rebels versus the traditionalists. Do you think that Republicans should give her a fair chance?
If she appears to be honest, yes. If she's a fake, then no. But based on any information, I have no reason to believe she's fake. Although I'm not into this whole POC, woman of color thing. I don't like that. But hey, that's the demographics over there, and whatever. I don't have really high hopes about her. I just don't know much about her though. But yeah, give her let her speak her piece. And if you can see through people pretty well, especially in the age of Trump, who stands as a contrast to all the fake, phony politicians. Like, he opened my eyes the very first debate, the Republican debate back in 2015 or 2016, to how much of a politician even Ted Cruz is. And I like Ted Cruz, but he's just not as genuine and real of a person and normal of a person as Trump is. Trump was just in stark contrast to all those guys. And so if she seems to be real, then great. If not, then we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's all that I wanted to discuss
all right.
today.
Appreciate it. Good luck transitioning from Democrat to Republican. Were you always pro-life?
Yes, that was kind of the last straw.
Okay.
Once people started saying that they wanted to kill kids,
yeah.
I decided to step away from it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's wakened a lot of people up. I know guys who are, on the Trump side, semi-conservative side, nationalist, but they were pro-abortion. But seeing how nutty these people are in favor of killing babies and just celebrating it has really opened people's eyes to how evil it is. And I think that Trump has unmasked the evil. So I'm grateful to Trump for that. Cool, Jazmine.
Okay, thanks for calling.
All right. Yep, take care. Maze, my favorite caller out of Dayton, Ohio. How are you doing, Maze?
I'm just fine, James.
Nice.
Let me correct the man that was talking about the guy that be talking to the stop sign.
Uh-huh.
He needs to know who Liz Cheney is.
Let me look her up.
Perfectly clear, she's Dick Cheney's daughter.
Is she?
Yes, she is. You didn't know that?
Mm-mm.
That's why I call you bright. And
oh, you're right.
Call themselves, and they transition them from one party to another.
Is Mary Cheney the lesbian?
Neither party care nothing about them.
Doesn't
what
he
is
have a
your
lesbian
transition?
daughter?
You're supposed to change who you are, or what you're supposed to be still doing the same thing you're doing with you, like the Libertarians and all of those different, the Democrats and the Republicans. What are you changing to? And could you give me a definition of an American?
An American? Trump is the definition of an American.
Yes.
He is the
What do
epitome.
you think an American is?
He's the epitome, as in the perfect example of an American.
Who's
Look
an
at
epitome of the perfect example of an American?
President Trump.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a sad state.
No, man. I mean,
now I want to know what James. What did you have to do to be an American?
So President Trump is successful.
Give me a list. Give me 3 things.
Success, boldness, that's Trump, and free.
Free of what?
Free
to
just
complain?
Speak your mind. Yeah, complain. That's great.
So that's all y'all do is complain.
No.
You
Trump
complain
is
about
doing
one
more
party,
than complaining.
One party complaining about this party, and one party
No,
he changed from this party to that party, but he's still doing the same thing.
Trump declared
What
a national
difference does they do
emergency.
when they change party?
Trump declared a national emergency. That's not just complaining. That's a national emergency. He sent troops to the border. Whether they're allowed to do anything is a different story. They don't. And he got money for the wall. Sometimes they take it back away
What
from
money?
him. Like billions of dollars, I think.
How much of the wall has been built anyway?
50 miles is something that I saw. I've seen different numbers. They've had to rebuild dilapidated areas, stuff with holes in it, and they had these things that cars could not get through, but people could, and he built walls there.
Well, you can go to Canada side and see the same thing.
Huh?
Don't you have to have? You can go to Canada and see the same thing.
Are you for the wall?
No, I'm not.
Wow. And you call yourself an American?
What do you say? I am an American. That's where I was born, and that's what I consider myself.
Why don't you go back?
Because y'all don't think the way I do, that's not my problem. Because you all have to step outside of this country sometime too, And how do you think people are supposed to treat you when you step outside into their country?
Your problem is that you think the way you do.
What?
I said your problem is that you think the way that you
now,
do.
Now, smart people think. Bright people don't. They just come out with something just babbling.
You said bright people?
That's what smart people do.
Yeah.
And that message Jesse had on this morning saying his friend, and he did all these drugs and everything.
Yeah. Dr. Michael
And if you
Brown?
never did drugs and all that stuff, how are you supposed to look at them?
As former drug abusers.
Excuse me?
As former drug abusers.
They can't tell me nothing.
Why not?
Only thing they can tell me is just like,
hey,
don't try it. That's about the only thing they can't tell me they changed their life and then go around and try to take money from people as pastors.
You can be a
things. No.
Listen. You can be a former slut maker and still tell people that haven't even slut made yet how to be. So yes, they can tell you something.
Well, you got plenty of those slut makers.
He overcame doing drugs. That's great.
Oh, he overcame doing drugs.
Yep.
That's what he needs to be working on.
He can tell people
don't
something.
need to be working on nothing else because you don't tell a person that never did drugs that how you saved yourself, and you still doing the same thing. You still
no, but the point is like people who overcome stuff can tell people who haven't yet even done some other type of wrongdoing.
And some people they're not going to try it.
This is dumb. Anyways, Maze, anything else?
That's just how it goes. But when it comes to Dick Cheney,
yeah,
Liz Cheney is his daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Smart people know that.
Does he have
bright people don't. A lot of stuff these bright people are talking about makes no sense at all. And stop changing parties. Just stay in the one you're in. Stay in the party that you're in because you're not changing into nothing because you're doing the same things you were doing in the party.
Okay, whatever. Thank you.
And just being American, y'all don't even know what being American is because you got some soldiers that serve this country and they don't even get no respect.
But sometimes they didn't really come into serve in the military to serve the country. Sometimes they do it for selfish reasons.
Serve the country and then they holler they're American.
A lot of people
represent America.
A lot of people use this. Oh, I served in the military. Worship me. But then they're liberals. They're anti-American, and then it doesn't really necessarily mean they love America.
Really?
Yeah.
So you carry the flag on your shoulder, but you don't carry your Constitution on your shoulder because you don't know nothing about it. And all of the things that's in the Constitution, you're not about it. And then God's commandment, if you carry that in your heart, you will be a better person and a smarter person for it.
Yeah.
His laws that he left on this land for everybody to follow, even the Caucasian man.
All right.
Which he doesn't.
Cool.
And then Jesus saying he don't read his own Bible.
I have somebody who wants to
quote the Bible that had nothing to do with the
Maze,
book.
I have somebody who wants to talk to you.
Something made up.
I have somebody who wants to talk to you.
And tell Joel.
Maze, somebody wants to talk to you. Do you want to talk to somebody? You want to talk to
Yes,
Skip?
anybody want to talk to me?
All
I'm
right,
not afraid.
I'll give you guys a minute.
Tell me the truth.
I'll give you guys 1 minute, all right?
Okay.
Skip out of Augusta, Georgia. How you doing, Skip?
Hey, James, how you doing? Hey, Maze, how you doing?
Thank you.
I'm just fine, Skip. How are you?
Go for it, guys.
I'm good. Look here, Maze, I just wanted to thank you for calling James and complaining so much about him complaining. That makes
I'm not
sense as anything.
Okay, let me tell you something. I'm not considering myself as a Christian and try to be saying that I'm so godly that I don't do anything wrong. That's what's your problem and James' problem and everybody else. And that's why I enjoy calling him.
Oh, I'm about to drop the ball.
Do you get
Keep going,
it?
guys.
But you're complaining is making
No, I'm just telling you
worse.
I'm just telling you the truth of the evilness that you're doing.
Nice.
I'm just telling you about God's law. If you follow them, are you going to be doing wrong? If you follow his commandments that he left on this earth for everybody?
But you're talking about his complaining.
I asked you a question.
Are you complaining, Maze?
No, I'm not complaining. I'm telling you the truth. If you call telling the truth or complaining, that could be it. Because I just told a man that he probably didn't even know who Dick Cheney's daughter was. He just on his bread and stuff. Didn't know what he was talking about. Just being bright.
Who cares though? She made a good point about Trump.
You didn't even know either, James. So somebody got to correct those that don't know what they're doing.
That's beside the point.
No, it's not beside the point. So if you're doing something wrong and somebody got to correct you, is that complaining? No. Just telling you the truth.
Maze, I was about to drop the ball, but somebody reminded me that there was a lot of corruption in Ohio and Dayton specifically. What do you say about all that? Why don't you fix
It's corruption all around every state. And the one you in is corruption too.
That
so
sounds
what they
like
got to do anything?
That sounds like a distraction.
Right. You think like that. If you're smart, you can see it everywhere else.
Did you vote for those corrupt people? Did you vote for the corrupt people?
Vote for what?
Did you vote for those people that were found to be corrupt?
Oh, no, because we're looking at them. They're going to prison left and right every day, getting indicted.
Man, a lot of corruption out of Dayton, Ohio.
So if you're an American, show it. Stop walking around here saying flag and in country.
Anything else? Anything else for Maze?
Hot dogs and baseball is not American. But it is
I can't get a word in edgewise, James. So
Skip, I thought you were gone. I'm listening. I'm listening to what word you want to get in.
Real fast.
That is one word that's not in your vocabulary, Maze, is listening.
That's true, Maze.
I'm listening.
No, that's an accurate statement.
Are you following God's law, his commandment?
She listens, but it doesn't sink in. She listens in order to attack with it.
I'm not attacking. I'm just asking questions.
So-called tell the truth. All right, Maze, I got to go. Take care.
Well, he didn't answer. You answer the question, and if you're not, I ask you, are you following God's law?
No, I got to go. I got to go, Maze. I got to get to my other calls.
Maze. What'd you say, Maze?
Never mind that, Skip.
Your neighbor, ask thyself.
All right, thank you, Maze. Take care.
Love yourself. You can love everybody else.
Have a good day.
Have a good one.
All right, bye. Skip, man. Anything else? Oh, he hung up too. All right, good. Terrence, first-time caller out of St. Louis, Missouri. Thanks for holding, man.
Hey, what's up? How you feeling, brother?
Fine, thank you.
Listen, I want to break down the biggest misconception. I'm a black male, and I don't want to be bogus, but I did find your show on accident, and I love it. But anyhow.
Thank you.
Now, listen, I want to break down the biggest misconception in the black community. Are you ready for this?
Go for it. I'm not going to weigh in because I'm not talking about black people this week, but
I'm going to break it down.
All right.
Okay. Is that there's a large, that everybody are Democratic voters. And what I mean by that, we know everyone's not Democratic voters, but here is the trick that the Democratic Party did to us. Black women are largely Democratic voters. Black males have largely been either disenfranchised or just disillusioned with the voting process to begin with. But if you go back and look, when more black males took part in the voting process, we were more swing voters. So if the Republicans were smart, they need to target black males. Black males are up for the taking. And if you look, black males are the reason Trump is in office. Nobody ever talks about this, right? The mass media, nobody never talks about this. But if you go and look back at the state of Michigan, Trump got a larger number, larger than usual numbers of black males out of Detroit, Michigan. So my question is, why don't the Republicans zoom in on black males? Because black males, a lot of us have issues with illegal immigration. We're more conservative. Why haven't the Republicans targeted on black males?
The only one with the courage to do so is President Trump. The rest of the Republicans are rhinos and cowards, so I don't blame them for not going. I don't blame them for not liking the Republicans, because cowardice is so hateable. If you're a hateful person whatsoever, if you have any anger, then you're going to be so annoyed at the cowardly rhinos.
Right.
I think that's why.
And my prediction is, in 2020, Donald Trump will get close to 30% of the black male vote, which will bring the aggregate total of the black vote for Donald Trump, in my opinion, in 2020 is going to be about 18 to 19%.
Nice. Cool.
I'm telling you, listen, man, I'm black. I've been black for almost 40 years. I'm telling you this. Listen to me. Listen to me.
Yeah, man. And
there is a strong number of black male Trump support.
All races love realness, especially the males, and they can see realness, and that's Trump.
And I'm going to say this. I'm going to let you go. This is why when you see the Democrats, they keep trying to prop up black women. It's because they know they're trying to combat and silence the black male voice. This is serious, man. This is why down in Alabama with Doug Jones and when Elizabeth Warren was at Essence Festival, they keep bringing up black women because they know. Listen, I'm giving y'all some jewels. They know the truth, and the truth is black males don't really rock with the Democrats like that.
Yeah.
Black women do. So that's the trick nobody's telling. This is why Democrats keep propping up black women, because they know they don't have black males.
Women of all races tend to be more liberal.
Yeah.
And it's just because of blindness. But yeah, man, that's a nice point. I appreciate that, Terrence. And I like the birds chirping in the background. It was a very peaceful call.
I'm a truck driver, man. So I'm getting ready to get out on the road day. So I'm sitting in my backyard. I grew some cucumbers and some cantaloupe, and I'm sitting here getting ready to take some of these cucumbers out, eat them, man, and relax and get on the road, man. I got to shoot out to Mountaintop, Pennsylvania, man.
Wow, cool. You have a family?
Yeah. I got a 12-year-old son who asks me the craziest questions, and I got a 15-year-old son who stays in his room, and I don't know if he's in there having computer sex or what he's in there doing. Whenever I knock on the door, there's a lot of movement going on.
Man, that's crazy. All right, Terrence, appreciate your call.
All right, peace.
All right, take care. Let's see. Lythia. Am I pronouncing your name right, Lythia?
No, it's a long E. Lythia.
Can you turn her down? Lythia, first-time caller out of Michigan. Thank you for the correct pronunciation. Go for it.
No problem.
Go for it now.
Well, I was calling because I was wondering if you had heard about Hold On Nalia, I think you pronounce her last name. She was a Canadian Somali activist who went back to Somalia strictly to help build up the country and to stay out of politics. And she ended up getting murdered within like half a year.
I saw something about that. PJW featured her in one of his recent videos about a woman trying to do positive PR about how great it is in Somalia. And then, sure enough, she gets murdered like in a mass killing by, I don't know who, but there's some crazy stuff happening in Somalia. Yeah, I did hear about that. That's a shame.
Yeah, I think it's just so crazy because afterwards, Canada was trying to tell people how they need to let people in because Somalia needs help, but then you can't call it a horrible place. And it's just so interesting because I was born in America, but my dad is from Ghana, and a lot of people in my family, they refuse to see America as a good place, but all these bad countries are just so much better. It blows my mind.
It's just brainwashing. It's like blindness. Blame America type stuff. It's nonsense. I'm so glad that Trump said that because it kind of brings up the conversation. And these people that pretend to care about, so-called racism so much, the media, the Democrats, the rhinos, they're not focusing on the actual issue, which is those countries are in terrible shape. And they just completely ignore that aspect of it. And so what I did see one reporter, a liberal guy, say that Trump or America is currently bombing, doing airstrikes in Somalia and not doing much else. So America is, according to him, not helping the situation a lot. But you can't really blame America for the situation in Somalia, I don't think. So, yeah, Ilhan Omar should be petitioning for Somalia instead of petitioning for the illegals. What a phony. Lythia, you still there?
It's really interesting.
Yeah. Anything else?
No, I just was wondering if you heard about that. I just heard about it.
What was her name again? Do you remember?
It was Hodan Nali, I think you say her last name.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
All right. Yeah. Kind of a sad story, but that's the way the ball bounces, man. A lot of these people, you know, these do-gooders, they get captured by ISIS. There's whites who go over to these countries. Some of them are journalists, and they get captured by ISIS and killed. Hodan Nalia or something, Nalaya, whatever. Yeah. But, yeah, it's a shame. People put themselves in these dangerous situations and get themselves killed. It's evil what these killers did to her, but she was not wise, I don't think, in doing that. It was not wise. I appreciate it, Lythia. Take care.
You too.
All right. Bye. Jane, out of Nebraska, first-time caller. How are you?
Yeah, I am fine. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Good. I just want to talk a little bit about slavery and the misconceptions that only whites owned slaves.
Yeah.
And
I think everybody knows blacks owned slaves too.
Excuse me?
I'm not talking about blacks though. Yeah.
Yeah. In 1830, the slave census showed that 3,775 black slave owners owned 12,740 slaves. A lot of the slaves were white slaves, and quite a few of the slaves were women. And the women were given property, and the white men would actually give them slaves, and they would start their own successful business on these lands. So that is one part of history that's not being taught anymore. And I also want to throw out a name, Claudette Colvin. She is the 15-year-old girl that actually got thrown off of the bus. And I think you and Jesse talked a little bit about that either today or yesterday. And Rosa's was
Rosa Parks?
actually staged because they needed a new face because they couldn't use Claudette at this time 16 and pregnant out of wedlock.
Yeah.
So this was just a show. So Claudette Colvin is still alive.
Wow.
And I want to shout out to her because she earned that honor and was not given it. And in fact, the NAACP actually kind of pushed her out of the civil rights movement as they got Rosa Parks going as the face of the movement.
Yeah.
So we really do need to honor Claudette.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that, Jane.
You bet.
Nice
and,
input.
I'll call again and
All right.
have some other comments, but you got other callers that want to talk, so have a good day. And
thank you.
And thank you for taking my call.
By the way,
Happy White History Month.
Yes, Happy White History Month to you as well. I was going to say that. Thank you.
You bet. Bye.
All right, bye. Craig, out of New Orleans, Louisiana. How are you doing, Craig?
Hey. Hey, it's still morning time over here, so good morning. I'm
Nice.
doing wonderful. How are you guys today?
Fine, thank you.
So I'm actually, I think I have like a minute or two, and then the show is over.
Yeah.
I really wanted to get in and respond to the previous caller referring to stats and
saying that he believes the president is going to get about 30% of the black vote.
Yeah.
So a couple of really quick points. First off, the president in the last election he did receive a record amount of minority votes, including 1 out of every 10 Muslim voters, which I know that probably came as a surprise to some because the media says he hates this, he hates that. 10% of all Muslims voted for the president. I think that's probably 7 or 8% higher than really any previous. He also got over 30% of the Hispanic vote, which again was a record turnout. So just across the board, he got over 10% of the black vote. So
nice.
I don't think that's realistic at the moment, but I think if I write him every day, and I would encourage everyone, all the listeners, to write in and demand that he end the censorship now. I do think it's possible, but he has to end the censorship, and I also would like to see some libel laws put in place that says if this is going back to I don't know if you're familiar with Peter Henry Fonda, and then 3 days later the First Lady wears a jacket that says "I don't care for you." I think that was personally that was directed towards him by saying, you can bash us, you can threaten us, you can say you're going to lock my child up in a cage, fantasize full of pedophiles. But guess what? I'm still the First Lady. I still have a job to do. And but no one fails to mention that.
Huh.
As we all know,
I forgot all about that story.
The previous guy, and it had happened to him, there would have been outrage for years. It would still be talked about.
Yeah,
but
that's
there wasn't
true.
even a whisper about it in the media, which is sad.
Yeah, that's a good
shows
point.
You the double standard.
Yep.
So libel laws, we got to end the censorship. We got to be able to speak freely, all of us, whether we agree or disagree. I don't agree with St. Uyghur or Uyghur, right?
Yeah.
Right? We don't agree, right? But he has the right to speak.
Yeah.
We all of us,
I think
we all have a right to speak, and he has to. And then I could see.
Let me tell you one thing about this free speech thing.
Absolutely.
Let me tell you one thing. Hey.
Call.
All right. Okay.
But yes, thank you. God bless.
All right. I'll tell you off air when you're off air. Take care, Craig. Thank you for the call. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yeah, about this free speech thing. We need to bring back a culture of free speech, more than just the laws. We need to make people brave again. America's supposed to be the home of the brave. Most people not very brave. It's tough for a lot of people to celebrate White History Month to people that don't already know that it's White History Month. And Jesse definitely has a mindset of free speech. He's going to speak his mind no matter what. So that's why he's not allowed on some of these platforms, because they think it's hateful to tell the truth about homosexuals, women, Muslims, whoever else, POCs, all that, illegals. And it's hate speech just to even talk about somebody's immigration status nowadays, according to Facebook, YouTube, all that. But he has a culture of free speech within him. And Trump does too. He speaks his mind with courage. We need to bring back courage. Rather than just rely on these laws to defend our rights, we need to fight for them ourselves. And I think that's going to be much more powerful. And that will bring about the right laws in terms of enforcing a freedom of speech. And then people, too, will be unbrainwashed against free speech. Because right now, people are brainwashed to believe in the fake idea of hate speech, when in reality, they're the ones hating. Yes, there are some conservatives that do tell the so-called truth out of hate because they're mad. But there's no liberals who tell the truth, period. They just all speak out of pure hate, always, basically. It's fake love, and it sounds nice because they're all about being nice and fake. So anyways, that's another reason that we need White History Month, so that whites have the courage to speak up plainly again. But that's about it for this show. I appreciate you guys. Shout out to YouTube, not Facebook, but check us out on Facebook anyways. D Live, thank you guys. Appreciate the support. Mixer.com/JLP Talk. And of course, Periscope, thank you guys for joining. That was cool. I appreciate your comments. I wasn't able to get to all of them. But anyways, I'll be back tomorrow, and so will Jesse. Check out Jesse's article again, WND.com. And he will be sharing it on other platforms. Follow Jesse on Twitter, @JLP Talk. I'm the Hake Report on Twitter, @The Hake Report. All right, guys. Take care.
Wow.